Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Before we get into proportion, we need to know about the ratio and the rate. So in this video, we are gonna talk about what is the difference between ratio and rate. So let's start with ratio. And the definition of the ratio here is like you said here, it's the method of comparing two quantities. So method of comparing two quantities. We have first quantity and the second quantity, okay? And we are trying to compare between them, okay? But these quantities have the same kind or the same unit, okay? And it expresses the relationship between a part and a part. So we have here three relationship. The first relationship, it is a part and a part, okay? The second relationship we have here, a part and a whole. And the third relationship we have here, a whole and a part. And he said also you can express the ratio between A and B, okay, in each of the following forms. So the first one, and it is the famous form, we will use it most of the time, A over B. So this is the famous form of the ratio, A over B, okay? The second one, we can say it A to B, and the third one, it is similar to the second one, which is A to B as well, where A and B are the two terms of the ratio, okay? Let's see or take an example here to know more about the ratio. Okay, so the first example here we have a choir. He said here a choir consists of 15 pupils. That's good. So a choir here is like a group. Okay, let's write it in a good way. A group, okay, consists of 15 pupils. Pupils mean, for example, students or people, something like this, okay? And he said 7 of these pupils are boys. So we have here 15. Let's write it like this, 15 pupils, okay? And we have here 7 boys, and the rest are girls. So what is the meaning of the rest? Means we have 15 here, 15 subtract 7 boys, it is 8. So 8 girls, okay? So we have here 7 boys and 8 girls, okay? That's good. In each of the following, write the ratio between the first one, the number of boys, to the total number in the choir. In this form, we can write a ratio like this, A to B, okay? This is the same thing. So we will write the number of the boys and the total number of the choir. So what is the number of the boys? The number of the boys are 7, right? I said here 7 boys. 2, the total number of the choir means we have 15, okay? So we can write it at the first form we have here like 7 over 15, okay? So the answer of the first question, it is 7 over 15. So what is the relationship we have here in the first question? He said here the number of the boys means a part, because boys is a part of the whole. The whole is pupils, 15 pupils. So 7, it's a part. So a part, and the total number of the choir means the whole. So we have a relationship here which is a part and a whole. Okay, which here in the a part and a whole, which is the second one here in the definition. Okay, that's good. The second question here, the number of the girls, which is 8, 2, the number of the boys, which is 7. So we can write it like 8 over 7, right? This is the famous and the first form we have here, where we can express about the ratio. So what is the relationship between the number of the boys and the number of the girls to the number of the boys? It is apart and apart. Why? Because the number of the girls, it is apart from the pupils, and also the number of the boys, it is apart from the pupils. Did you get the idea here? Okay, the last and the third example here, question, we have the whole number in the choir. The whole number of the choir, again, it is 15 to the number of the girls, which is 8. So 15 over 8, this is the form of the ratio we have. Okay, so 15 over 8. So the relationship between them, the first one, it is the total number of the choir, means it's the whole. Okay, and the number of the girls means it's a part. So a whole and a part, which is the third one in our definition. Okay, so this is a simple example that how we can express about a ratio, or how we can write a ratio A over B. Okay, the first one can be greater than the second one. So A can be, for example, 7 and B can be 2, or A can be smaller than A can be smaller than B, so we can write 10 over 5, for example. That is means what is the meaning of the relationship. Got the idea here? Okay. After that, we will speak about equivalent ratios. What is the equivalent ratios? Equivalent means equal to each other. Equal. And ratios means lot of ratio. We have A and B and C, A over B and C over D and E over Z, for example. And these three ratios, it's equal to each other, means we have here equivalent ratios. Okay, here he said you can find a ratio equivalent to a given ratio by multiplying or dividing both terms of the ratio by the same number except 0. How? We can take the second example, to understand more about the equivalent ratios. I said here, write two ratios equivalent to 16 over 24. So I said here in the definition that you can find a ratio equal to each other, or equal to a given ratio, This is the given ratio. What is the given ratio? 16 over 24. So this is the ratio that the one who wrote that example gave it to me. Okay, and by multiplying that ratio or dividing, so I have two choice. This is the first choice, and this is the second choice. The first choice, by multiplying the bottom and the top and the bottom. Okay, or by dividing also the top and the bottom by the same number, except what? except 0. Let's see that ratio. We have 16 over 24. We can multiply the 16 and the 24 by 2, for example, which is the first one he had here, or he did. So if we multiply 16 by 2 and 24 by 2, we will get 32 over 48. Okay, and this ratio, that ratio, it's equal to that ratio. So 16 over 24, it's equal 16 over 24, it's equal to 32 over 48. Okay, that's good. So the first choice we had, or we did here, multiply. So we multiply the bottom and the top and the bottom by 2, and we get that one, 32 divided by 48. And if we make the second choice, which is divide the top and the bottom by any number, but we have to divide the bottom and the top by the same number, which is 8, for example, and he solve it like this. So 16 over 8, which is 2, and 24 over 8, which is 3. So 2 over 3, it is equivalent ratio as well. So 16 over 24, it's equal to 32 over 48, it's equal to 2 over 3. The three ratios here is equal to each other. Three ratios here is equal to each other. For example, if we have another, I can divide the bottom, the top and the bottom by any number. He divided here by 8. I can divide it by, for example, 4. So 16 over 24 divided or over 4, we will get 16 over 4, it's 4, and 24 over 4, it is 6. Okay, so 4 over 6 is equal to these ratios. Okay, so 4 over 6, it's equal to 16 over 24, it's equal to 32 over 48, is equal to 2 over 3, which means we have what? Equivalent ratios. Means ratios that equal to each other. Okay, so this idea is good and it's very clear now. Okay, that's good. The third example we have here, he said here, if the ratio 3 over 5, is equivalent to the ratio x over 15. Equivalent means equal to the ratio x over 15. He said here, find the value of x. Okay, equivalent means we multiply, we make here operation, so we multiply or divide that ratio, okay, to get that ratio. We make operation with the same number. So the number that I multiply, for example, or divide that number to get 15, it's the same number I will use to get that x. Got the idea here? Okay, how I can make it? 5 becomes 15. 5 becomes 15. So what is the number I used here, or I multiply it by 5 to get 15? It is 3. So in that way I didn't get it, or I cannot take it or like know it very easy like this, I can like divide 15 over 5, so it will give me 3. So the 3, it is the number that I multiply it with 5, okay, to give that one, or to have 15 in the bottom. So 3, it is the same number that we will use here, okay, multiplying with 3 here to know the x here. So x here, x, it is equal to 3 times 3, which is 9. Okay, so 3 over 5 is equal to 9 over 15. Okay, it's equal to 9 over 15. So the value of the x here, it is 9. Okay, and the last also the last idea here, we have the rate. We talk. So after we have explained about the ratio and what is the form of the ratio, and how we can explain it, and how we can use it, and we solve about the ratio, we solve examples about the ratio, we have another thing, which is rate. And the rate is compares two quantities with different units. So what is the difference between uh, rate and ratio? The rate with different compares to quantity with different units, okay, but ratio comparing two quantities with same unit, or same what kind. Okay, so this is the difference between the ratio and the rate. Okay, for example, here he said here 180 kilometers in 3 hours. So kilometers is a unit, hours is a different units, and it is like that, the rate is like that. Okay, how we can simplify the rate? If we have, for example, 180 over 3, and this is kilometer, this is hour, how we can simplifying this? He said here, simplifying the rate, it has the denominator, which is 3 here, equal to 1, and it's written as a fraction. It's called a unit rate. Okay, so 180 over 3, it is 60 kilometers over 1 hour, and this is the simplifying of the rate. Okay, here we have examples, like simple examples here, and we can like solve it and make our like our ideas is easy with solving these kind of questions. So the first one here said, write each of the following ratios in its simplest form. Okay, we have here the first one, it is 48 over 16. 48 over 16, simplest form. So we have to divide the top and the bottom by the same number, the bigger factor. So we can divide these two number by what? By 16, for example. So 16. So 48 over 16 is 3. 16 over 16, it is 1. So 3 over 1, which is 3. This is the first one. The second one, it is 14 over 35. We can divide the top and the bottom by 7, for example. So 14 over 7, it is 2, and 35 over 7, which is 5. So 2 over 5. Okay. The third one, it is 84 divided by 40. We can divide the bottom and the top and the bottom by 20, for example. So 84 over 20, it is 21. Okay. By 4, for example, divided by 4. So 84 divided 4, it is 21, and 40 divided 4, it is 10. So we have here 2.1. Okay, so the simple form of 84 divided 40, it is 21 over 10. Okay, and the last one here we have 50 over 74. We can divide the top and the bottom by 25, which it gives us 2 over 3, because the 50 over 25 is 2, 75 over 25 it is 3, so 2 over 3. Okay, the second one here is said in one of the training, Ahmed scored 8 goals out of 10 attempts. Okay, so 8 goals over 10 attempts, while Akram scored 3 goals out of what? Out of 5 attempts. Okay, so how many tries did Ahmed make? 10. But how many tries did Akram make? It is 5. So here 8 over 10 for Ahmed. Okay, and 3 over 5 to Akram. Okay, he said here in the question, are the two ratios equivalent? No. Why it's not equivalent? Why it's not equivalent? Because 8 over 10, it is not equal to 3 over 5. We can make 8 over 10 the same like that ratio by dividing the top and the bottom by 2. So 8 divided, or 8 over 2, which is 4. Okay, and 10 over 2, which is 5. So 4 over 5 is not equal to 3 over 5. You got the idea here? Okay, the third question here said, choose all of the equivalent ratios to 18 over 8. Okay, the first one, 4 over 2, it's equal to 2 over 1, which is 2. And first of all, 18 over 8, which is 9 of, if we divide the top and the bottom by 2, so we will get 9 over 4, right? 9 over 4, which is 2.25. 2.25. So 2 is equal to 2.25. No, so the first one, it is wrong, so that one is wrong. Okay, the second one, which is 4 divided by 9. 4 divided by 9, it's not equal to 9 divided by 4. Okay, so the second one is also not correct. The third one here, we have 54 over 20 over 24. 54. Okay, if we said 54, we have we can divide the both by, it's not 2, by 6 here. So 54 over 6, it's equal 9 over 24 over 6, which is 4. So 9 over 4, and here also 9 over 4. So we have that one, it's correct. The fourth one, which is 16 over 36, we can divide the both by 4, for example, by 4. So we get 16 over 4, which is 4, 36 over 4, which is 9. Okay, so that's one, it's not equal to the first one we have, or 8 over 4. So that's one is wrong as well. Okay, and 90 over 40, we can divide the both by 10, for example. Okay, so we'll have 90 over 10, so which is 9, and 40 over 9, which is 4. So 9 over 4, the same here with 9 over 4. So that is with us, it's correct. And the last one we have here, 32 over 72. 32 over 72, which is not equal to 9 over 4. Why? Because that is the bottom here, it's greater than the top here is greater than the bottom, and in that ratio, the top here, which is 32, it is less than the bottom, which is 72. Okay, so probably 32 over 72, it is less than 1. Okay, but 9 over 4, it is bigger than 1. So that is not equal. So that's one without us. So this is wrong as well. Okay, so we just have two. The first one is 54 over 24, and the second one, it is 90 over 40. Okay, this is the answers, the correct answers we have in that example. Okay, the fourth example here we have, he said choose if the ratio x over 18, x over 18, we have here 4, x over 18, it is equivalent, means equal to 2 over 3. Okay, what is the value of x? What is the value of that x? That's good as well. In this example, we have to know what is the number here that I divided, or I multiply it with the top and the bottom to get that one, that ratio. So the bottom one here, it was 3, and it becomes 18. Okay, means we multiply it by 6. Why? We can make it in another way, 18 over 3, which is 6. You can use a calculator to calculate it. Okay, so we have to multiply the top, which is 2, by 6 to get that x. Okay, because 3 multiply 6, it is 18, which is the bottom. Okay, also we will do the same process with the top. So 2 multiplied by 6, which is 12, and this is the value of the x, which is the value of the x. So the value of the x here, it is 12, which is C. Okay, that's easy idea. Okay, the fifth example we have here said here, if the ratio of the boys, okay, to the girls is 3 over what? 3 over 5. What is the ratio of the girls to the total number of the children? We have here how many boys? 3 boys. Okay, how many girls? 5 girls. Okay, so 3 boys, 5 girls. What is the total? The total is 3 over 3 plus 5, which is 5, which is 8. Okay, so we have here 8 children. Okay, so what is the ratio of the girls? What is the number of the girls? It is 5 girls, because we have 5 girls. 2 means over, 5 over the total number of the girls, which is 8. So our answer is 5 over 8. 5 over 8, which is like this. The last one, D, 5 over 8. Okay, the last example we have here is said, write the following rate as a unit rate. Okay, unit rate means we have to simplify that one. Reading 45 pages over or in 3 hours. Okay, if we divide both the top and the bottom by 3, so we will have 15 pages, okay, over 1 hour. Means that person reads 15 pages per 1 hour. Okay, and that is the all ideas we have here in that lessons. And inshallah, in another video we'll talk about proportion and something else. We will explain and simplify it as well, and we will try to solve examples to make the idea easy. And see you guys in the next video, and assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.